so you start doing these things, and you get all this stuff out of whack, and maybe you get there, or maybe you don't. But it can be a real difficult problem to make corrections to a model to try and manage utility risks. Another part of the limitations is that there are inherent assumptions in the modeling software. A big one is an assumption that all the thermal zones, each of those thermal zones that I had shown on the earlier, they will all have a single uniform temperature throughout at any given time, which we know is not correct. And the other thing is that if you are, so that limits what you can analyze in certain ways. So for example, if you have a high space and you want to rely on thermal stratification to get some energy benefit, the programs are not good at that. Energy Plus can sort of do that. It can't predict what that stratification can be, but if you tell it that there is one, it can model the energy impact. But it's very limited capability. So there are limitations of what you can do. And finally, there are software trade-offs between ease of use and flexibility. So we use eQuest 02 for our more straightforward models, and Energy Plus for our more complicated buildings. And the level of effort for those Energy Plus projects is significantly higher, but we can model things that we can't do with 02. So this is a little graph that my company uses a lot of times. The point of this is that the earlier you get involved with modeling in the design process, the bigger the impact can be, because you can make changes early in the design more easily with a bigger impact than you can later in the design. This effort line here is, I think it's